Today, Kakashi Haddock holds the bell test to determine whether the members are qualified to form Team 7. The true purpose of this test is not only to take the bells, but also to examine their teamwork, cooperation, and fighting spirit. However, even before the challenge begins, Sasuke Uchiha already possesses the power granted by Hagoromo Hatsutsuki. This makes him extremely excited and eager to show off his newfound strength during the test. With that overwhelming power, Sasuke Uchiha swiftly defeats Kakashi Haddock with ease. His speed and strength surpass all expectations, ending the fight in mere moments. The chakra granted by Hagoromo Hatsutsuki surges within him, making every strike precise and devastating. After his victory, Sasuke stands calmly, a faint pride in his eyes as others remain stunned by his incredible power. Realizing that his power is finally sufficient, Sasuke Uchiha decides to challenge Itachi Uchiha. He advances alone toward his brother's hideout. Itachi Uchiha is greatly surprised to see that his younger brother has awakened the Mangekyo Sharingan. Yet he is even more shocked when Sasuke Uchiha is also able to activate Sage Mode and summon the mighty Susanoo. The battle between the two brothers grows extremely intense as both unleash their strongest abilities. Despite Itachi Uchiha's experience and composure, Sasuke Uchiha keeps pressing forward with fierce determination. After a brutal and exhausting clash, Itachi Uchiha is finally defeated. However, the victory comes at a great cost, as Sasuke Uchiha collapses shortly after and loses consciousness from extreme exhaustion. After waking up from the battle, a mysterious man reveals the truth about his brother's painful past and silent sacrifices. The realization leaves him shocked and overwhelmed with guilt as memories of their brutal clash keep returning to his mind. Gradually, his sorrow turns into a burning desire for revenge, pushing him to choose a dark and dangerous path in order to fulfill his resolve. On what seems to be a peaceful day in the Hidden Leaf Village, a sudden massive explosion shatters the calm. The ground shakes as smoke and debris fill the air, causing villagers to panic and run in fear while buildings begin to crumble around them. As the dust slowly settles, a giant shadow emerges from the chaos. To everyone's shock, the one behind the destruction is Sasuke Uchiha, standing firmly within his enormous Susanoo and radiating an overwhelming aura of power. Kakashi Haddock quickly arrives and tries his best to stop him, but he is ultimately defeated by Sasuke's overwhelming power. Afterwards, Sasuke Uchiha unleashes Amaterasu combined with Chubaku Tensei, devastating the Hidden Leaf Village in a relentless wave of destruction. Black flames surge across the battlefield, spreading wildly as enormous celestial masses gather in the sky and crash down with thunderous force. The ground splits apart under the impacts, sending powerful shockwaves through the shattered streets and collapsing buildings. Panic and despair spread among the villagers as the sky darkens with swirling debris and blazing embers. Amid the chaos, his overwhelming presence dominates the battlefield, and the once peaceful village is slowly consumed by fear, ruin, and the terrifying scale of his power. After laying waste to the village, Sasuke laughs triumphantly, believing that he now has the power to become Hokage. However, at the height of his confidence, the voice of Itachi suddenly echoes within his mind. The world around him begins to distort, and Sasuke feels himself sinking into another dimension. Only then does he realize that everything that has just happened is merely an illusion created by Itachi through Izanami. He does this in hopes of changing Sasuke Uchiha's mindset and guiding him away from a future shaped by anger and revenge. Inside the endless repetition of illusions, Sasuke is forced to face the consequences of his own ambitions, feeling the loneliness and emptiness that come from pursuing power at any cost. Itachi Uchiha wants him to realize that true strength is not about defeating everyone who stands in his way, but about protecting what is truly important and enduring pain without losing his sense of purpose. As the illusion continues, Sasuke begins to understand that fear can make people obey, yet it can never make them truly believe in him. Itachi hopes that by confronting these harsh truths, his younger brother will learn to value the bonds he once rejected and rediscover the meaning of responsibility. He believes that leadership is not built on dominance, but on sacrifice, empathy, and the determination to stand for others even in the darkest moments. By placing Sasuke under Izanami, Itachi is not simply trying to stop him, but to give him the chance to change his path and to become someone worthy of guiding the village. Deep in his heart, he still sees the potential for Sasuke to inspire hope and unity instead of fear and destruction. More than anything, Itachi wants him to understand that a true Hokage is not defined by overwhelming power, but by the recognition, trust, and unwavering support of the people he dedicates his life to protect.